Hey guys, it's Scott. I know your watch is not off. It is 2:30 Central Standard Time. But look, I wanted to do a little introduction, very brief, because you might see this, a friend might share this with you, and you might think, I'll watch a 2-minute long video, but I'm not going to watch a 45-minute video until I know more. So if you are in the RNetwork or you've gotten plugged in, share this video, because at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to jump on and I'm going to go through a PowerPoint that talks all about the RNetwork and what we're doing around the globe. And so this little video is part 1 of 2. And let me just give you a real quick snapshot. Very quick. Guys, this is not about selling anything. In fact, it's on the other side of the spectrum. It's about saving money for your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend. The days... I have been excited about products in the past. Absolutely. There's no question about it. Financial products, health products, different kinds of products. I've always wanted to find something to bless people around the world. And the problem with products is people buy them and then they stop buying them, and then you feel like you're chasing friends and selling things all the time. And so what the RNetwork is completely different. The RNetwork allows for you and I and people around the world to plug into something very special right now, today. Now, they can jump in. If someone got involved today, literally, if they signed up at 3:30 this afternoon, by 3:31, they could be ahead. Never having signed up a person, never having brought anybody in 1 minute after jumping in the network, you can be ahead. Now, that is an interesting business proposition. If you've ever even thought about opening your own business, the thought of being underwater for the first year or several, obviously for the first few months, has always been daunting, right? But imagine getting involved with something at 3 o'clock and at 3:31, you're ahead. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But also, I want you to know, guys, not only can you get involved and immediately start saving more money than you spend, you can start generating a little bit of an income. But most excitingly, and what I'm going to tell you about here in a little bit at 3 o'clock, most of the excitement is around something called the Rev Card. The Rev Card. Now that comes out in January. Now guys, I don't want to spoil what I'm about to talk about here in a few minutes, but understand this one thing. This is a powerful thing. You ready? Raise your hand if you get paid once a month. Raise your hand if you get paid twice a month. How about every couple of weeks? Maybe some of you get paid weekly. There are some people here that get paid, I guess you're doing something that gets paid daily, maybe some crypto something, right? I not only think, but I'll go so far as to say I'm 99.9% certain that my family will be paid or will earn income thousands of times a day in 2020. Thousands of times a day in 2020. Now, if that interests you, or you're thinking, he's full of it, there's no way that's happening, come back at 3 o'clock and I'm going to have a PowerPoint and I'm going to go through it right here live on my wall. I'm going to go through it in pretty good detail. Now, I will tell you, to get through everything we're doing might take 45 minutes. So I wanted to share this little live event. Click on the video that's associated with this live event, and you're going to start to get a little bit of a flavor. Then come back at 3 o'clock, just to hear in a few minutes, 3 o'clock Central, just in a few minutes. I'll be back here, and I'm going to use a technology that Facebook offers where you can share your screen, and I'm going to go through a PowerPoint. And the great thing about what we do on these live events is, if you don't have enough time to watch it all, watch 15 or 20 minutes. It's going to stay on my wall. Just remember you left off on minute 20, and then go do whatever you need to do with your family, shopping or whatever. Come back tonight and watch the rest of it. But I'm going to go through detail. Who's behind the company? Where is it? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? What niche are they filling? Why are they different than other companies? How do you get paid? How do you build? If you don't want to build and you just want to get paid, can you do that? There's a lot that I'm going to be going through here in about 15, 20 minutes on my wall at 3 o'clock Central. Now, the magic of this medium is that when you see it, you might go, well, yeah, why would I not do that? And guys, I haven't found a reason why anybody wouldn't do this. Now, that's one thing. But then the next question is, how do you grow it? Well, the beautiful thing is here, we're not selling anything. So immediately people put their defenses down. When you talk about saving them more money than they spend, defenses come down. when you say, look, you should only be interested in this if you ever buy food, clothing, shelter, transportation. In other words, if you live life, we can help you without selling you anything. It's very compelling. And there are no global restrictions. You know, if you're selling a product, you have to get it into Poland, and then you have to get it into Japan, and then you have to get it into France. We are already in 80 plus countries because we're technology driven. There are no borders, right? So you can grow this business around the world. So come back at 3 o'clock here in a few minutes if you want to save money, and if you think you might know 10 people in the world that also want to save money. I'll see you here in a few minutes. Thanks. Bye. Hello. We'll get started here in just a second. Glad you could make it. Let's just make sure everybody's here and getting started, and then we'll jump right in. Looks like we're good. I'm just going to ask anybody to make sure the audio is okay. If you'll just give me a thumbs up or something I can see, and let me know how the audio sounds, and we'll jump right in, guys. I love this new tool. This is a great way of sharing. I'm going to wait until I get a thumbs up or somebody tells me the audio is good, and then we will get rolling. We'll get rolling. Who's good on my side? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Bruce, Amy, Liz, Merle, Nicole. All right. Lisa says she hears me. That's good enough for me. I'm going to get rolling, guys. So my name is Scott Brewster, and I'm coming to you from Brandon, Mississippi tonight. And a lot of you might be used to seeing me do live events where you're unfortunately having to look at my mug. But here recently, I've figured out that sometimes I'll do a live event with the camera facing, but sometimes I've got the tool on Facebook to share my screen and to go through the PowerPoint. And as this company they've really evolved over the last, we've only been around for less than 3 months, and we've evolved with these unbelievable tools. And one of them is this PowerPoint. And guys, look, if a friend shared this video with you, and by the way, whether you're Nicole or any of the other people, Merle or Shane or Laura, anybody that's watching this that is currently in the RNetwork, do me a favor and hit share. Obviously, you can share to grow your network. And those of you that are not involved, make sure at the end of this, get back to whoever you saw this on their wall. Please don't come to me and ask me for anything to get involved. I'm really doing this to help build the team and help get the word out. And I hope you see in the next few minutes, this is truly, truly something special. And before I jump in, guys, when you see network, I want you to put your guard down. I'm going to ask you to step out on faith a little bit. Relax your shoulders. No one is selling you anything today. This is a very, very interesting idea. It's never been done before. We are not going to ask you to purchase a product. Look, guys, I've built networks in the past that were product-based, and there's great stuff out there. Not saying that there's not. The problem with products is some people like them, some people don't. The people that like them use them and then stop using them if they work or they don't work. And, it's hard to build a true residual income in any kind of product-based world. So if you've come to this video and you think, oh my gosh, my friend's trying to sell me something, relax. No one's trying to sell you anything. We're trying to save you money. So what I'm going to show you over the next few minutes, a friend of mine the other day said the key to communication is tell people what you're going to tell them what you're telling them, and then told them what you told them. And so just for a few minutes, let me tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you in the next few minutes how to save more money than you spend. Now, over the years, whether it's traditional business, I borrowed $250,000 to open a candy store, or whether it's network marketing, typically there's some front-end cost, and then you have to make it up. What I'm going to show you here over the next few minutes, if you were to get involved with your friend at 3 o'clock this afternoon, at 3:01, you could be ahead. And we'll talk about that here in the next few minutes. So there is no downside to what you're about to see. And then let me share with you what the Brewster family looks like in 2000. The way things are growing and the way things are moving right now, there is the very real possibility, I'll say the very real likelihood, that the Brewster family will earn income several thousand times a day in 2020. No, that's not a misstatement. I didn't say that incorrectly. There is the very real chance that the Brewster family will earn income several thousand times a day in 2020. So let's jump into this and see what on earth is the RNetwork, and why is it the last network you'll ever have to build with no exposure and the ability to be paid thousands of times a day. Let's talk about what this thing is. And I'm gonna, there we go. Now look, let's first of all, unlike a lot of businesses, they kind of are in somebody's trunk of their car someplace and you never know who they are or where they are or what they're doing. I've not been able to make it out there, but I've got friends and family that have gone out to the offices in Provo, Utah, and they report back to me and say, Scott, these guys have it together. Very nice property. They've got meeting rooms there where they bring everybody in, and it's a group of dreamers and achievers and visionaries that all come together because they understand, guys, I want you to get it in the next few minutes. We're not talking about products. I know a lot of people are excited about one particular thing that's going on with this Rev card, and it is exciting, but the power of what we're going to discuss here in the next few minutes, it's in the network. It's in the building of the network. Now, the power that I want you to get before we go any further, the power is that you can build a network not by selling people stuff, but by saving them money. If you're saving a single mom of 3 kids back to school stuff, and you're saving her more money than she's spending, you've got a customer for life. So you're going to grow your network, not on selling stuff, but on saving people money. And it's a very, very real business here in Provo, Utah. And I hope to get out there soon. Now, just a real quick word about our founder. And the reason why I like to show this slide is I've gotten to know, not personally, but I've seen Richard Smith speak over the last few months. And there are 3 things that have really jumped out with me about this individual. I like a visionary, and if you think about the iPhone, or if you think about, different TV technologies that have come out over the years, if you had found out where the world was going and gone around there and gotten there first, how much money could you have made? What could you have done to bless your family and travel around the world if you were like the first visionary that really saw the power of the iPhone, right? Or any other technology that's changed our life or this last generation. So find out where the world is going and get there first. And some of the things you're going to see in the next few minutes, clearly this company knows where the world is going and they're running around the edges to get there first. And they're giving you and I the opportunity to engage, again, with no exposure. There's no downside here because we are going to make more money than we spend. Make more money than you spend. Now, you can put a slash after make and you can say save more money than you spend. So over the next few minutes, if you don't get anything else, I want you to understand that immediately you're going to be making/saving more money than you spend. And my favorite one, guys, is lose yourself in the betterment of others. Now that might sound cliche, but my entire life, guys, I'm 49 years old. I've looked for a lot of different businesses. I've looked at a lot of different things over the years, and I've had this kind of goal that there was this panacea out there, and if I could just get people to see the power of a product that I had fallen in love with, or a financial suite of things that I've fallen in love with, and I could help people around the world. And that, for those of you that know me, that's been sort of my gig for the last 5 or 6 years, actually the last 10 or so years. I've been looking for that. Well, here, what could be better than saving your friend in Tampa, right, more money than they spend, and they start getting a little check? And then that person talks to somebody in London, and then that person talks to somebody in Australia. And before you know it, you've got a network of people and you're improving their life because you are immediately saving them more money than they're spending. Do you see why this network, or if you don't see it now, you will see it in the next few minutes, the RNetwork is the last network you're going to ever have to build. And it's going to be the easiest because you're not selling products. You're helping people save money. So let's dive in. So who's behind our company? I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but I like this slide to be here because the beautiful thing about a Facebook Live is you can watch as much as you want to here over the next few minutes, but you can come back to this point in the slide and you can say, hey, no, tell me more about that Roger Taylor guy, or what about that Trent Walker fella? More about Richard Smith, please, or Kevin Wiscombe, or Troy Molstein. Any of these other people that you need to know more about, things jump out at you here. Like when I look down and just I'm glancing across here, I see Trent has been worked for the Wall Street Journal, founder of CEO NetChain, right? Roger was at NASCAR. Guys, we got people that work at Google and Fortune 500 companies. This is a very, very significant leadership team. And let me tell you something. Do you think 5 guys at the pinnacle of their career
are going to move out to Utah or start a business or engage with a business in Utah if they don't feel pretty darn sure that they're finding out where the world is going and they're figuring out how to get there first. All right. So make sure to share this video and let's dive into some nuggets here. So guys, one of the things you look for in a business, or at least I think you probably should, in today's world with technology being what it is, you need to have a business that you can A, run on your cell phone, and B, why have geographic limitations, right? You're not counting on people to walk into your cupcake store. You have a technology that you can immediately sell around the world. Look at this, Malaysia and Panama and Slovenia and South Africa and Germany and Croatia and Costa Rica and Trinidad and Tobago and the United Kingdom and Uruguay and Vietnam. How did we get in all these countries when we've been around barely 90 days? It's because we know people around the world when they can engage with an app and they can save more money than they spend, and we don't have to have a product approved. If I'm selling a weight loss shake, the government of Luxembourg has to say, all right, Scott, sell your weight loss shake. And then the government of Norway has to agree. And then Nigeria has to say, come on in, right? They have to approve consumable products. What we have here is a product that's run on the internet. It's run on the apps. It saves people money. All the financing can move easily. There's no reason why this company not only will be in 80 plus countries, or it already is. And by the way, I know that's a typo, that countries, for those of you that know me, I'm a grammar Nazi and that drives me crazy. I've got to figure out how to change that to be plural countries because it looks like a possessive thing. But anyway, so understand that you can grow your business around the world right now, immediately when you get involved, and you can do so on the power of your cell phone. Because guys, what we know, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, think about how fast you can grow a network of people around the world. Well, imagine how fast you can grow a network of people around the world if you're saving them money each month, if you're helping their families, if you're blessing their family finances. How much more quickly could you grow a network around the world and run your business sitting on the golf course on your cell phone? Guys, this isn't a maybe thing. This is happening right now. In various degrees of evolution, it's happening right now. So let's talk a little bit about the power of what we're doing with our network. Now, you're going to hear me over the next few minutes refer to something called the Rev Card. The Rev Card. Now, it is an exciting new technology. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's excited. As you can see from the little logo here all around the world, everybody's clamoring for this Rev Card. Now, basically, guys, it is a technology that is evolving like the wall, like the phones on that used to be on your wall are now the size of a credit card that fit in your pocket, right? Well, your kids, like my kids, at some point, they probably said to you, why did you have your phone on the wall with a cord? That's just stupid, right? Well, I would suggest to you that in the years coming, a kid's going to look at a parent and say, hey, I'm sorry, why did you have more than one credit card in your wallet? You didn't always have all your cards on one card, the Rev Card, right? I believe, I honestly, sincerely believe, with zero barrier to entry, everyone's going to have in their wallet what you're looking at right here in the next few years. Guys, it's called the Rev Card. Now, understand as I talk about this for the next couple of minutes, what we've got here, it stores all your bank cards and your loyalty cards and your reward cards. You see, it's got a little touch screen on there, like your cell phone does. So imagine you put in your Starbucks card, you put in your Visa card, your Target card, and your bank card, and whatever. You put it all in that one environment. And you can swipe it like your cell phone and then choose it. And then this card becomes whatever card that you entered that you just clicked on, right? Now, when I saw that, I thought, well, that is just crazy cool, right? I can have my entire life on one card. Guys, I'm thinking the same thing. If you're seeing this for the first time, you and I are thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time. If I'm going to put everything onto one card, Scott, it better have tremendous security. Well, guys, it's got biometric security fingerprint reader. It's got a magnetic strip with an EMV chip. In addition to the 1.73 color OLED touchscreen, you can also transfer money from card to card. It's got a microphone, a speaker. It's got Bluetooth. Now, guys, let me put some reality check on this. I want you to understand how this card engages with your life. All right. Let's say that you've gone out and played a little golf with the guys, and you've gone into the 19th hole and you've ordered drinks for everybody and they bring out the drinks and you're trying to figure out which card you want to put it on. So you swipe your Rev card, you swipe over and you choose credit card and you hand it to the person and they go and they charge it and they come back and let's say for a second that you forget it, right? You leave it in the bifold and you walk out to your car, you're talking to the guys, putting up your golf clubs. When you get a certain distance from your card is going to call your cell phone and say, hey, Scott, dummy, you left me back here, come back and get me, right? Imagine your card calling your cell phone, right? Imagine you have to have a thumbprint reader to activate your card. If you've ever left your card someplace or had your card stolen, you know what a nightmare it is. Don't you know what a nightmare it is to call the bank and stop it, and then you end up finding it in your golf bag and you've already killed your card, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta wait 2 weeks for another card. Here, you leave it. If you don't get the cell phone call from your card and you get home, you call the pro shop, you say, hey, I missed a call from my card and I left it in the bifold up there. You can get on your app and just turn it off, right? So if the bartender up there is trying to run some more orders on the card to give everybody a free round, they can't run it, number one, because they don't have your thumbprint, but number two, because you turned it off at home. Well, you go back there the next day, you get your card, you put your thumbprint on it, you type in a code on your phone, and boom, your Rev card is turned back on. Guys, you can pay bills and direct deposit. You can shop online. It's paired to your phone. This is 100% the evolution of where cards are headed. Now, I want you to understand something right here, all right? Imagine for a second, somebody loads all of their cards onto this one card. Wouldn't it be cool if the bank that is behind this card, if that bank was sharing a little piece of their revenue back to you because you introduced the Rev card to somebody? What if that person bought the Rev card and you got a little something something? What if you told your golfing buddies and they told their friends and they told their friends and they told their friends and they told their friends, and somebody down and all those different levels down below you went out and got a $70 steak dinner, or if they made their car payment, or if they did anything else within their normal life cycle, right? You're not selling them a potion or lotion or something. You're making their life easier. Wouldn't it be cool if the bank would share a little bit of that something something, because they wouldn't have that customer had you not told your golfing buddy that day at the golf course? Stay tuned, because that's a little foreshadowing of how I'm going to show you how we plan to get paid thousands of times a day in 2020 because of just what I mentioned. All right, are you with me so far? Now, truly, this is the last card you'll ever need, right? You go to Target, you buy your school supplies, you walk over to Starbucks, you can turn your card into your Starbucks card, then you can turn it into your Visa card or your debit card to buy your coffee. There is no reason to carry any other card anymore. Now, I want you to think about something with me for just a second. I don't care if you're pulling into New York City or Little Rock or Tampa, any city that you pull into, look around town. What's the largest building you see downtown? You know, not all the time, but most of the time, if you look up at the top, it's going to be whatever national bank. It's going to be the bank, right? It's going to be the bank because the bank not only makes money on little silly things with your bank account, overdraft fees or whatever, but most of banks make most of their money based on merchant fees. When you take your wife out for an anniversary dinner and you pay that $70 bill, the merchant pays a little something something to the bank for the simplicity and the ease of you using your card at their establishment. Merchant fees have been around and they always will be around. Well, imagine if the RNetwork was building a global massive network of thousands, hundreds of thousands, 1 million people around the world, right? And those people were going to start loading their cards onto the Rev card. Those people were going to start getting discounts and start using their card at places, hundreds of thousands of merchants all over the world, right? Wouldn't the bank say, you know, hey, RNetwork, how about we share a little bit of our revenue if you'll bring us thousands of clients? And our network says, hey, well, you know, we'll bring you thousands of clients if we bring our network to you, if you'll share a little bit of the bank fees back to them, right? Guys, it's not hocus pocus magic. It's a company. You know, I don't know about you, but I've gotten Comcast has sent me a letter that says, hey, introduce Comcast services to somebody and get $50 credit on your next bill, right? Companies are doing this because the technology is there, right? This is just doing it in a very unique way. The Rev account is the bank account. The Rev account is a new digital online way to bank. It will be accessed through an app. It will have person-to-person transfer capability. So if I'm at Target, like I said a minute ago, and my wife's in London at Harrods, I can immediately send her money from card to card. It will have all banking services like check paying and bill paying and debit card and loans and mortgages. Guys, right here, you need to start losing sleep. Because let me tell you something. You introduce this to somebody, they set up an account at the bank, right? And let's say they decide that their mortgage is much better at our bank than it was at their current bank, and they refinance their home mortgage with our bank relationship, right? They go to pay their $2,000 mortgage. And this is, you introduced the card to John, and John told Stan, and Stan told Sally, and Sally told Donna, and Donna told Jimmy, right? Jimmy is the one that refinanced his house. Jimmy pays his mortgage payment. Imagine a world where you get a little piece of Jimmy's mortgage payment. Even though you never met Jimmy, you'll never meet Jimmy, you don't know who Jimmy is, you have no idea how Jimmy found out about the card, but he's in your network. We'll talk more about that in just a minute, but I want you to start understanding the power of what's happening here, guys. This isn't some silly product. This is you creating your own global economy. It's your Nicole global economy. It's your Scott global economy. It's your Martha global economy. It's your Mark global economy. You are creating your network, which creates your economy. So let's talk about some of the things that are working within our economy right now. Right now, if you were to get involved, and let's say you get back to a friend who shared this video with you and you say, well, why would I not want to save money? Well, what's going on here? And they say, well, you pay a $30 setup fee and then you pay $38 a month. You might be going, aha, $38 a month. There's the catch. Well, I guess that could be true, but let me tell you that this week, the Brewster family, because last week was back to school and I got 5 kids, I need to save some money. This week, my wife and I both have an account. We're going to save between $200 and $300 this week on feeding our family. We're going to save $200 to $300 this week on feeding our family. Last month, I did a lot of traveling. Well, last month, I saved over $300 on traveling expenses. Do you think Scott's willing to pay $38 if I can figure out a way to engage in my economy and save hundreds of dollars a month? Do you think I'm going to do that? I might not be the smartest business guy in the world, but I'm going to save. If I can save $200 or $300 or $50 or $70 or whatever it is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend $38. So the guarantee that I made a minute ago, here's my guarantee. You pay $38 a month. You'll see in a minute that you get 5,000 points at least that month. That's about $50 worth of savings. So let me break this down for you. You join today at 5 and you think, I'm going to start this business. Normally when you start a business, you have to set a business plan of getting even in the first year or 2 years or 3 years. My proposition to you is you get involved today at 5. At 5:01, you're ahead. How? Because you spent 38, well, the setup fee, but basically you're going to spend 38. So you spend 38, right? Immediately you go into your back office and you say, oh, Papa John's, boom, I'm going to do that. Nukes, I'm going to do that. Whatever the deals are in your area, you can immediately save 50. So you spend 38 and you're 12 bucks ahead in 45 seconds. Guys, I don't know about you, but I can't do a lot better than that on the business cycle. That's before you start creating an income for yourself. So right now, there are network offers available for you currently in your back office. Now, look at the auto sales here. Well, actually, look at this page, and over the next couple of pages, I'm going to go into some more details. But we're talking about things we currently have. We're talking about auto. We're talking about travel. We're talking about gift cards, Teledoc, which is a program I'm in love with. Let's take a look at some of these things. But before we get there, guys, I want you to understand, right now, when you look at the network offers, and this is how I saved $300 traveling last week, because I went to Cincinnati and I was all over the place in the last month. But I saved a lot of money because I engaged with partners like Hampton, Marriott, Sheraton, Enterprise. Every time I moved, anytime I did anything, I saved money last month. Guys, we have hundreds of thousands of people currently offering deals currently in our back office. All right, so local offers and merchandise, sweepstakes, magazine offers. Basically, each month you're going to get 5,000 points to work with, which is basically a $50 value. Again, maybe no Einstein, but are you going to pay $38 to get 50? Most people are. We're not selling, we are saving. Guys, we're giving people the ability to live exactly their current life in exactly their current way, but do it more economically. Can I get a big duh from that, right? So let's talk about some of the other things. Worldwide travel. I went out, and the reason I saved last month is I usually book on Expedia or Orbitz, one of those things. Well, I looked at my Marriott deal on Orbitz, and then I looked at it on our program, because as I pay my $38 a month and I get access to our travel portal. Well, our travel portal was a lot less. I could save on accommodations, and I'm traveling the world. Why would I not use our travel program? Now, guys, I'm getting reimbursed from work, but whether I'm saving the money or whether my employer is saving them, the money is being saved, right? If it was me saving it, then, or if I got paid on a per diem or something like that for work, wouldn't that be incredible? So we got a great travel program. I want to tell you real quickly, this is a fun deal. As an RNetwork member, very soon, like right now, people are sort of trying it out, but very soon, imagine sitting at your computer and you're saying, I want a Ram truck. I want it to be gray. I want it to be this year with this miles. I don't want to deal with any salespeople or anything. I want to work with a concierge who's working with me to find a good deal, and I want to be under Blue Book. And then I don't want to go to a car dealership. I want somebody to bring it to my dadgum driveway. That's what we've got. You can get online, you've got the best deal. You don't have to engage with a salesperson. You can do your finances. You get a knock on the door and someone drops the keys in your hand. All because you're in the RNetwork. That is coming. And you might say, well, that's probably not going to save very much money. Guys, yesterday, and I might be a little bit off. I don't know if John Johnson's watching this, but John's one of our leaders, one of the main leaders in the company. He got a little test drive of this thing, no pun intended. And he went out there and he saved, I want to say he saved $2,000 on his daughter's car one week, then turned around and bought that Ram truck I was talking about. He bought that and saved about $4,700. And when you blend in travel and everything, I want to say John said he saved about $7,000 in 2 weeks. Guys, that's real. That's real. It's happening. It's going to evolve, and it's going to happen more and more and more over the next few months. You're going to build your network, because people are saving more money than they're spending. Again, they're engaging with this car service. Now look at this. This is coming soon this summer, you're going to be able to get on and buy Best Buy cards and Starbucks cards and Lowe's and Home Depot and Macy's and Marshall's. Imagine something. Let's say that a family's budget for Christmas is $500, right? So you can go out there, and let's just make up some hypotheticals, right? You can go out there and you can understand where you're going to shop for Christmas. You can take that $500, and let's just say you can buy $540 worth of value. In other words, you're going to be able to buy a $100 Amazon card for just say $90. Not a big deal until you realize that you can do all your Christmas shopping on Amazon. And then you think, well, I'm going to take that $500. I'm just going to buy $500 Amazon cards, and I'm only going to spend $450 for it. Assuming it's a 90 for 100, right? Guys, right there, again, you've saved your money that you spend on the membership. Now, this is a very popular feature right now around the world, because a lot of places in the world don't have Subways sitting at the corner where you can save on a sandwich, but they can get online and they can buy gift cards. When these gift cards are made available, they can buy gift cards. So guys, I want you to start getting this. I'm going to talk about the network here in a minute, but I want you to understand something. You talk to John talks to Sally talks to Donna talks to Pedro, and Pedro talks to Homer, right? All of those people, when they buy cars, when they buy houses, when they buy clothes, when they buy food, you're going to be in a position to earn income as they live their life. Not as you sell them something, but as they live their life. All right? So let's keep rolling. Another feature that we have, again, this is all for the $38. And keep in mind, you pay $38 and immediately every month you're ahead if you engage with the program. Now, as a family of 5 or a family of 7 with 5 kids, I've always got some kind of doctor or something going on, right? Now, I have an option when my son has red throat and the other kid has strep, and then one kid comes up to me and he says, I got a red throat. Well, right now my option is to go to the doctor, sit in the waiting room, drive out in the rain, miss work, pull the kid out of school, da-da-da-da-da. With this program, with Teledoc, I'm going to be able to look at that doctor like you see on the right there. I'm going to be able to look at that doctor, and I'm going to be able to show that doctor a picture of my son's throat, because we're having a video call. The doctor is going to say, hey, well, I see that you're half a mile from Walgreens. Let me just send an antibiotic down to Walgreens and you guys pick it up here. So now I've not missed work. He's not missed more school than he needs to. Of course, he'll still miss schools because he's got strep. But we didn't have to go to the doctor's office. We didn't have to pay co-pays or insurance deductibles. I can't even put a price on how important teledoc is. Guys, I'm in the insurance business. I see it happening every single day. That is another feature coming soon. So how do I get started? How do I get started making money? All right, now this is interesting because right now, the very different part about what we've got here, right now, from what we've said so far, John is willing to pay $38 because John is saving $50. Now, John might think, I really need to tell my mom about this, and I need to tell my brothers, my sisters. I don't like doing that network marketing kind of stuff, but why would I not help people save more money than they spend? I kind of feel guilty not telling them. As you tell them, let's talk about how this works, because guys, if you get this, if you can get this, you will lose sleep tonight. So I want you to think about a couple of things. Banking anywhere and everywhere, it's coming, right? The Rev card. We've talked a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit more about it here in a minute. But here's the key. Here's the key, because I have built businesses, whether it's traditional or networking in the past. And the problem, like I said a minute ago, people like your product or they don't. People that don't like it, don't worry about them. People that do like it, you still have to worry about them, because they'll get it and they'll be excited for a month or two, and then they'll drop it when it becomes too expensive, or it works and they don't need it anymore, or it doesn't work and they don't want to buy it anymore. But in any of those circumstances, business based on people purchasing a product is very difficult. This business is based on and built upon the back of helping your friends and family save money. Do you think it's going to help with retention when you're letting that guy hold more of his money at the end of the month? Of course it is. Retention is not going to be an issue. So guys, here's how I want you to start thinking about how this works. You ready? All right. You get back to the friend who shared this with you today and you say, hey, I want to get involved. What do I need to do? They're going to give you their website. You get onto their website. You're going to pay a $30 one-time setup fee, and you're going to pay your $38. So you're going to spend $68 upon enrollment. Now, right then, you can go out and you can engage with the product suite to get $50 of savings. So in my mind, and maybe I'm oversimplifying this, but if I've spent 68 and I go out and I save 50, in my mind, I'm 18 in the hole. And that's sort of the way I look at it, but maybe different people look at it differently, doesn't matter. But then I start going out and engaging with our hundreds of thousands of merchants. I start saving on the travel, right? Because the travel, you can use 1,000 of those points and you can engage in the travel in any way you want to for the entire month. All right, and then I'm going to start sharing the bank account as that comes out later this summer and this fall. I'm going to build my TBS, which is the structure below me. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But guys, I want you to understand something. The power of what we're doing. You see this guy over here smiling on the right? He eventually is going to feel guilty that he's not telling his friends and family about saving money. So he's going to go out there and he's going to tell 3 people. 3 people. Now, this is really interesting because they developed here in the last month or two, they developed a me and 3 guarantee kind of thing, right? Where he goes out and he shares it with 3 people. Now, he is immediately going to be paying $38 a month. Like we've talked about, he's going to be saving $50, right? So I think he's already ahead. If he's paying 38 and saving 50, boom, boom, he's ahead. Well, the RNetwork goes a step better. They say, well, look, we're going to actually pay you commissions on your 3 people, and we'll guarantee you that you're ahead. So me and 3 guarantee is going to cover your $38. And you're going to get an extra $5,000 reward point each month for as long as you've got your original 3 people on board. So as long as your original 3 people are still paying their $38, you're going to get an additional 5,000 points. So you're going to get 5,000 points, which remember is about $50, and you're going to get that twice. Guys, I don't know about you, but if I'm getting $100, right, basically 5,000 points twice, if I'm getting $100 and I'm paying 38, am I winning or am I losing? If I'm getting $100 and I'm paying 38, and I'm saving $200 on food, and I'm saving $300 on travel, you know, however you engage, it's up to you how much you engage with it. But imagine how interesting this becomes. Now, it gets a lot bigger because what do people think? Well, they think, oh, well, I want to go out and do the me and 3 thing. And let's talk about how this grows. Ready? It builds in blocks of 3. Do I know 3 people around the world that want to save money? Yes or no? Probably yes. And if I don't know them, I can find them. I'm probably going to find 3 people somewhere around the world that want to save money, right? So I can build my castle in groups of 3, all right? Now, not only can I, but the system is a 3 by 10 forced matrix. So let's talk about this for a second. So I'm up at the top. Doesn't look like me. I think that's the female version of me. But anyway, I'm at the top there, and I sign up my first person that goes to the left spot there, and my second person goes in the middle, and my third person goes to the right. Now, when I go to sign up my next person, here's the beautiful part about what we're doing here, one of the beautiful parts. When I sign up my 4th person, it drops down underneath my 3rd person, and my 3rd person all of a sudden has a person. And then I go out and sign up my 4th person, or I'm sorry, my 5th person, and it goes underneath my middle person. And then my 6th person goes underneath my far left person. And it's going to go back and forth, filling in the gaps automatically in a forced matrix until it goes down, all the way down to the 10 levels deep. Now, guys, understand the math of what we're talking about here. I want you to get this before we leave this page. Look at how many little black figurines are right there. There's 3 people right on my first level, and then whether I sign up somebody or somebody above me signs up somebody or one of those people sign up somebody, there's an availability of 9 spots on that second tier. Some of those might be under those, that person might have brought them in, or I might have brought them in, somebody brought them in, but they filled up that night. Now, on the third, 9 times 3 is now 27, right? And then so forth and so forth. Well, it goes 27, 81 is on the 5th level. There's 729 people on the 6th level. There's 2,187 on the 7th. And it goes all the way down to when there's, on the 10th level, guys, there's 59,049 people. 59,000 people on the 10th level. Guys, the math is staggering. Now, you might be at this point saying, aha, I've heard all this kind of stuff before. And you're right, you have. The reason why you've not been successful, maybe, but the reason a lot of people haven't been successful is because people stop buying products. Are you more likely to build your entire matrix because what? Again, people are saving more money than they spend. We're not asking them to purchase a product outside of their normal life cycle. So if you add up the entire matrix, guys, the 59,000 and all the way back up to the 3, there's 88,000 potential spots. All right, 88,000. Now, look, let me pause right here. Do not hear me say I'm guaranteeing you anything. When I hire an employee at work, I don't guarantee them next year's salary. I don't guarantee them next week's salary. If they stink at work and they don't do anything, they have no guarantees. This kind of work is no different than other kinds of work. You do the work, you get paid. Now, let me say what the work is. If I want to get paid on my first level, I need to personally go out there and sign up somebody. If I want to get paid on my second level, I need to sign up 2 people. If I want to be paid on my third level, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. Once I've brought 10 people into the business, now what I'm saying right now is not go with these numbers. I want you to get the concept. But when I have personally gone out there and somewhere in the world, I found 10 people that want to save money. So I personally brought them in and they're paying their $38 and they're saving 50 or more. Life is good. They're not going anywhere. They're paying that. Each month, when those people, now I've signed up my 10 people, right? And I've got 88,000 people in my matrix because it's all filled out. And because I brought in 10 people, I get access to all 10 shelves of all those people. Now, when those 88,000 people pay their $38 a month, I'm getting a couple of dollars of that to me, right? Wow. 88,000 times a couple of dollars, not bad, right? Now, when those 88,000 people buy that cup of coffee with their Rev card, I get a little piece of that. When those 88,000 people buy back to school supplies because they're getting them at a discount through one of our vendors, I get a little piece of that. When those 88,000 people get on our vehicle website and buy a $10,000 car because they got it under Blue Book and it's delivered to their front door and they don't have to deal with salespeople, I get a little piece of that. When those 88,000 people open up a checking account at the bank and move their mortgage into our bank because it's a better mortgage and it saves them money, I get a little piece of their monthly mortgage payment. Guys, are you getting this? Yes, the money shown right here is fun, right? But conceptually, I want you to think about how badly could you miss and still do very, very well with this company. A, you spend $38 and you know you're saving 50. B, you sign up 3 people. Not only are you saving more money than you spend, now you're making more money than you spend. And then you help enough people save enough money, not selling anything, but just helping them live their lives. And you build out this matrix. And let's say the matrix builds out, guys. Let's say the matrix builds out and you've gone out and you've signed up your 10 and you have 10 in your personally enrolled network, 10 in the pen, right? And your team building structure is starting to come together. And once you've enrolled 10, you've unlocked all tiers of the 3x10, the 88,000 people that we talked about a second ago. Now, 88,000 people. Guys, when I started this video and I told you that I was going to get paid thousands of times a day in 2020, let me share with you precisely what I mean. Right now, between my wife and I, we've got about 1,000 folks. Right? And right now, they're all paying their $38. They're saving more money than they spend. Everybody's happy. And I'm getting paid, 1,000 people times a couple bucks. Right? Not a big deal, but beats the heck out of spending $38, right? Not a bad ROI. So that's starting to come together. Now, again, no guarantees, but that's sort of how things work, right? So I say it's pretty safe. That let's just say that everything sort of stalls and it doesn't go very fast, and January rolls around and the rev card comes out in January. And let's say that it's been sort of slow and I've only got 3,000 people signed up. I think that's unlikely, but let's say there's only 3,000 there. 3,000 people get the rev card because the technology, everybody's going to get it. So 3,000 people get the card. Well, if those people are in my matrix and I qualify for all 10 tiers, and those 3,000 people are within the 10 tiers, I'm going to get paid when they buy the card. 150 bucks for the card. Boom, I get a commission, right? When they get the card, they start using it. They put their other cards in there. They pay their car payment. They go to Starbucks. They go to Target. They go to Walmart. Whatever. They live their life. Come January, let's just say it's been, the things hadn't gone well and there's only 3,000 people out there. How many times a day do you use your card? Even if you buy a $3 cup of coffee, if you're in my network, I'm gonna make a little something, right? And then if you go over there to Target and you buy back to school supplies and you spend $180, I'm gonna make a little something. Isn't it very reasonable? Now that you know what you know, isn't it very reasonable that under those situations, I'm going to be paid thousands of times a day? Do you understand that? 3,000 people have their card in their hand and they're all out there doing their life. Scott is not selling them anything. I don't have to rely on them continuously buying anything. I just say, live your life. Congratulations, you're saving money with RNetwork, and they're going to live their life. They're going to save money, and they're going to what? Keep doing it. And so now, because I was smart and I built a network and I worked it this year, 2019, I was smart and I worked it. I had my head down. Now, those 3,000 people are creating income for my family, what? Several thousand times a day. Do you see why this is more powerful than anything you've ever looked at times 10? So there you are, and you start to build your network, and you've got 27 people, then 81, and then 243, and these are the numbers I mentioned a minute ago, 3x10, 3 teams, 10 tiers down. Each person I'm getting paid for when they pay their $38, when they engage with their life, when they save money, when they build their teams. Guys, the income is staggering. The TBS is impressive. So after enrolling the first 3 people, you'll earn a minimum of $2 for every person in your TBS. So the TBS is the whole team building structure all the way down to 88,000. Once the card is issued, you will also receive a commission on anyone in your commissionable organization. And by commissionable, they mean if you've signed up 8 people, you're good for 8 levels. If you signed up 9 people, so whatever you personally brought in, that's your commissionable level, right? So when they use their rev card, their debit account, anything, you're going to get paid again, potentially thousands of times a day. Now, I'm starting to wrap it up here, but I want you to understand your tools are significant. You've got a replicated website. This past week, we have been getting checks in the mail like regularly on Monday, and you might think, well, I'm sorry, if the car's not out, how have you been getting checks? Well, I'm getting paid Remember, I'm earning $2 on everybody in my network. And so, obviously my team is. So we're all getting checks now. But now we've been able to, if you're an American citizen, you've been able to get in and you've been able to put in your banking information, and they're doing automatic deposits on Wednesday. But when you get involved, guys, you're going to get back to the friend who shared this video with you, and they're going to start plugging you into things. We have Our World, we have Our Rise Up training, where you can, Our Rise Up, Dave Dove and the team gets in there and they do unbelievable training. We've got incredible training done by John and his team. And the Our World is a place we all go in there and share our savings. And then we have the corporate network. You're going to be very surprised. Look how sharp, and look at the images of this company. It looks like a company that's been around for years, doesn't it? Look at the logos. Look at the branding. These guys have their stuff together. So this is a little foreshadowing of what we think our app is going to look like over the next few months. Look at the app on the left there. You've got the lady in the middle, and then you've got her 10 personals. So your goal is to find 10 people in the world and have them sort of circling, and then you're going to be able to click on one of their faces, and you're going to be able to drill down into their organization. This month, I realized this morning that I had a few people that were still inactive, so I've sent emails out to some people this morning reminding them I've got the tool in my back office to do that. You're going to be able to glance at your organization and seeing exactly what's happening, right? So imagine you've got 10,000 people in your organization and you're making a couple of bucks each month when they do whatever they do, and they're all starting to spend money on their card. 1/6/2020 looks like a time. It's actually a date down on the bottom. January 6, 2020 is when it looks like the card's going to come out. That could be a date that changes everything for you, couldn't it? Well, let me tell you, if you get involved now and you work and you share and you put your head down and you organize and you plug into the tools, yes, your life could look very different. If you get in today and you don't do any of those things, you're still going to be okay, because you're going to spend $38, you're going to save $50, right? So there isn't no lose. Like I said at the beginning, there's not a way to lose here, but you can win very dramatically. So guys, look, I'm going to wrap up this for today. I really, really appreciate you being here. I think we've got something here. Look, I understand that people are paranoid, right? They think that you're coming to them wanting you to buy something from them, right? Or everybody feels anxious. Oh, I don't want to do one of those networking things. I don't want to do a pyramid scheme. Everybody's anxious when they realize basically what we've got here is a global Costco that's going to pay you dividends. That's all we're doing, really. Think about what Costco does. You pay for a membership. You go in there, you get deals. You go back in and you get more deals. Now, Costco doesn't allow you to create your own economy. We're allowing you to create your own economy. Costco also doesn't allow you to use your credit card in there to buy a gallon of mayonnaise, and the bank doesn't give you a little something as a thank you, right? Our bank will and does, right? Think that they should be doing that. So guys, it's really nothing but a sort of a glorified, expanded global Costco that shares their earnings back with you, right? This isn't hocus pocus funny magic. So if we can get people to put their guard down, understand the power of what we're doing, it's not in the Rev card. Because let me leave you with this. Yes, the Rev card is fun. And yes, the thought of getting paid thousands of times a day is pretty fun, right? It's not the end game, right? You don't think that January, when the card comes out, it's over. Everybody just claps their hand and goes, hey, that was fun. No, you're building a network. You're creating your Scott economy. You're creating your Don economy, your Carmen economy, right? You're creating an economy globally, really for the first time you've been able to do this. So 3 years from now, let's say a bulletproof t-shirt comes out and everybody wants the bulletproof t-shirt. Well, if you've got your 60,000 people who are used to engaging in the RNetwork, and the RNetwork takes the power of their numbers and negotiates a better deal for these bulletproof t-shirts, all of a sudden you look in your back office and 10,000 people bought bulletproof t-shirts, right? That's your network. That's your economy you're building. Those people save money. They spend money, then they save more money, and it keeps going around and building itself. Guys, that's what we've got. The power is in the network. Get started today. Get back to your friend who shared this video with you. Again, please don't come to me. I've got my 10 people. I'm good. My wife's got her 10 people. She's good. I'm doing this for everybody else, because what I know is this. If we can build a global network of 1 million people or several million people, how much power does that have for us to leverage and negotiate global deals? Could we create an environment with the R network where we just completely demolish things like Amazon and Walmart and just completely knock them off the map? We've got so much more to offer than those guys do, don't we? So anyway, guys, thank you for being here. If you guys share this and it seems like something that's helpful to you, I don't mind doing this 3 or 4 times a week. Those of you that know me, you know I've done it 7 times a week. But it needs to get traction, you know. I mean, so I'd like to see 100 shares on this today. If we can get to 100 shares, I'm probably going to do it again on Monday night. And I'm probably going to do it again on Tuesday night, because if 100 people are sharing it, it has value. Enough eyeballs are seeing it. It makes it worth my time away from my business and my family and my friends to sit here and do this with you. So, guys, thank you for being here. I will either do it or not do it over the next few days. But thanks again. And it might take me a little bit because I don't know exactly how to turn off here, so I apologize, but I will see you guys in the next couple of days. Don't forget to get back to your friend who shared this video with you. I've gone a little bit long. Make sure you share the little shorter video that I have on my wall from earlier today. It's only about, I don't know, 5 minutes long. That will probably give people enough information to spend some time on this bigger video. All right, thanks guys. Have a great Sunday afternoon.